between the two. Baltimore's Davis presently holds a secondary version of the 135-pound title, while Romero has remained the #1 contender since last August. WBA Champions Committee ordered the lightweight world title fight between champion Gervonta Davis and mandatory challenger Rolando Romero, Carlos Chavez announced Monday. The pioneer body sent a formal communication to both teams. Both fighters will have 30 days, which expires the next Friday 24, to reach an agreement. Davis and Romero are both under the Mayweather Promotions banner. Davis will attempt the third defense of the belt he first claimed in a 12th-round knockout of Yarkis Gamboa in December 2019. The belt was one of two divisional titles at stake in Davis' 6th-round knockout of Leo Santa Cruz atop their October 2020 Showtime pay-per-view headliner, having also regained his WBA junior lightweight title. Davis has since claimed a secondary version of the WBA junior welterweight title in an 11th-round stoppage of unbeaten Mario Barrios last June 26, also on Showtime pay-per-view. The fight was followed by his return to lightweight, where he earned a 12th-round unanimous decision victory over Isaac Cruz atop a December 5 Showtime pay-per-view from Staples Center in Los Angeles. The fight with Cruz was made on roughly 5 weeks' notice, with Mexico City's Cruz entering the mix after Romero was forced to drop out amidst a sexual assault investigation surrounding the Las Vegas native. Rolando Romero was inserted as the WBA's #1 lightweight last August, shortly after losing his status as interim titleist when the sanctioning body removed all belts from existence. Romero held the belts for a little more than a year, claiming a 12th-round decision victory over Jackson Martinez in their August 2020 battle of unbeaten lightweights. 2 fights have followed, resulting in back-to-back 7th-round knockout victories, which came after his scheduled opponents missed weight. Avery Sparrow accepted the fight on less than 24 hours' notice after originally scheduled opponent Justin Polo badly missed weight and ultimately had to withdraw from their January 23rd fight due to medical reasons. Sparrow was officially 136 pounds as the Stuntby opponent, thus unable to fight for the interim title, though not putting up much of an effort before the Showtime. Former title challenger Anthony Igor missed the lightweight limit by more than 5 pounds over heading into his knockout loss to Romero this past July 17 and AT&T Tender in San Antonio. Romero agreed to go through with this fight, scoring 3 knockdowns in a row to the knockout ending before soaking in a chorus of boos from the crowd on hand in support of the undisputed junior middleweight championship between Jermell Charlo and Brian Castano. Romero repeatedly called for a fight with Davis both before that win and during the post-fight interview. His wish was granted when the fight was formally announced last October, only to have to sit back and watch Cruz take his place, while he thought to legally clear his name of what he contended all along were false accusations. Friends, before starting to watch this video, I would like to ask you to subscribe to my channel. If you really enjoy the content, then please subscribe to my channel and keep watching the videos. If you are subscribed, then you receive notifications about the release of new videos. You do not even have to look for anything personally. I really want to get 100 subscribers on my channel. I am trying very hard absolutely every day and I need your support. Your likes, comments, reposts to social networks. Thanks to everyone who subscribes to my channel. You are my support. Thank you so much. Upon the WBA's aggressive campaign to reduce its number of recognized title lists, Davis agreed to relinquish the WBA junior lightweight title. He was permitted to retain his titles at lightweight and junior welterweight through the December 5 Showtime pay-per-view, after which point he agreed to relinquish the 114-pound belt to remain at a lightweight. If Devin Haney believes he can beat Kambosos, he can't afford to overprice himself because the Australian has other directions. He can go for his April stadium fight in Australia. These fighters are waiting in the wings to face Kambosos Jr. next. Garcia, Vasily Lomachenko and Gervonta Davis. Ryan has emerged as a possibility for Kambosos this week, making it known that he wants that fight next. The main question about Ryan is whether his promoters at Golden Boy would have the money to match the offer Hearn's Matchroom Boxing is offering Kambosos. If Golden Boy can't match the money that Hearn is offering for Kambosos to fight Haney, Ryan will be out of luck for this fight. Philippines WBC lightweight title holder Devin Haney caught flack on social media after calling newly minted boxing champion Mark Magsayo a bum. Magsayo was collateral damaging Haney's post on Twitter, specifically intent for Gary Russell Jr., who lost to the Filipino in their world title fight on Sunday. Haney's post did not sit well with many, who described the remark as disrespectful. The undefeated Magsayo stopped Russell's near 7-year reign as WBC featherweight champion via majority decision. Russell fought with a right shoulder injury, which he claimed he sustained 2 weeks before his fight against Magsayo. Haney and Russell were in talks for a fight in 2020, but both camps failed to come to terms on a deal. The two have been going back and forth on social media and interviews for the past several years. Rolando Romero finally set for Gervonta Davis fight as WBA orders due to meet. The two contenders were due to meet in 2021, but 2022 appears to be the year. Gervonta Davis once again has Rolando Romero in line as an opponent after the WBA ordered the pair to fight. The WBA is currently on a drive to reduce the number of champions it has in each of its divisions, but the governing body has not taken aim at Tank's WBA belt that is one rank below that which is held by George Kambosos Jr. Instead of ordering Kambosos versus Haney, #1 challenger Romero will be given another chance to face the versatile American as #1 ranked fighter. Kambosos appears set to agree a fight with Devin Haney instead, giving the pair the chance to emerge as the undisputed lightweight champion, which has been a status left in limbo since Vasily Lomachenko was awarded a WBC franchise belt. The WBA Champions Committee ordered the lightweight world title fight between champion Gervonta Davis and mandatory challenger Rolando Romero, committee chairman Carlos Chavez said on Monday. Pioneer bodies sent a formal communication to both teams. Both fighters will have 30 days, which expires next February 24, to reach an agreement. Davis had been due to fight Romero at the end of last year, but his opponent was subject of a sexual assault case, which was later dropped. Romero dropped out and was replaced by Isa Cruz. Former title challenger Anthony Iggy missed the lightweight limit by more than 5 pounds after hitting into his knockout loss to Romero this past July 17 in San Antonio. Romero agreed to go through with the fight, scoring 3 knockdowns and a road to the knockout, ending before soaking in a chorus of balls from the crowd on hand, and support of the undisputed junior middleweight championship between Jermell Charlo and Brian Castano. Romero repeatedly called for a fight with Davis Booth before that win and during the post-fight interview, which was granted when the fight was formally announced last October, only to have to sit back and watch Cruz take his place while he fought to legally clear his name of what he contended all along were false accusations. Upon the WBA's aggressive campaign to reduce its number of recognized titleists, Davis agreed to relinquish the WBA junior lightweight title. He was permitted to retain his titles at lightweight and junior welterweight through the December 5 Showtime pay-per-view, after which point he agreed to relinquish the 140-pound belt to remain at lightweight. George Kambosos is the recognized WBA super titleist, also holding the IBF and WBO belts, and also viewed as the division's lineal champion. The unbeaten Australian earned that status following a 12-round win over Then unbeaten champion Teofimo Lopez last November, Kambosos remained on the hunt for an opponent for his first title defense, which he hopes to have take place this spring in Australia. Davis' name was casually mentioned among his targeted opponents. Those the southpaw knockout artist never showed any real energy toward securing such a fight. The only fight he can consider at the moment is a mandatory title defense versus Romero, as sanctioning body rules forbid boxers from entering agreements for any other fight during the assigned negotiating period once a title fight has been ordered. Thanks for watching, guys. If you like this video, please subscribe to my channel.